Well, hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor. I literally just rolled out of bed, right? Washed the face, brushed the teeth, got the coffee. And found that another upload was blocked. Oh! I did a movie commentary on Blazing Saddles. And the first one was blocked, so I went through and I took out the the audio, right? So if you watch these video commentaries, what it is you're watching me watch a movie, and some people are like, "That's weird, Professor." I don't know. And the idea is just to hang out. But I probably have gotten 10 hours now tied into this failed upload, and I'm. Yes, I'm this. So I thought what I would do is just kind of talk about this film and how important it is in American society, which is kind of a weird thing to say. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy. The film Blazing Saddles came out in 1974, and they spent a whopping $2 million on it. It was written by Mel Brooks and Richard Pryor, and I had no idea that Richard Pryor wrote the film or co-wrote it with Mel Brooks. And I remember seeing it as a kid. It came out in 74. I probably was 8 years old when I saw it. I had no business seeing it. And again, this goes to bad parents. We had a thing called On TV, which was basically cable before there was cable. And I would be left home alone, and hey, let's go see what's on TV. And of course, I'd watch Blazing Saddles and all kinds of stuff. But this film did $119 million in the box office, and like movie tickets were like $1.50. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything earth-shattering for how much a ticket was. So this is you spend $2 million, you make $119 million. That is just an amazing thing. Now, this film was nominated for 3 Academy Awards, which is kind of ridiculous because of it's a comedy, and they typically don't win anything at the Academy. It's ranked number 6 on the American Film Institute's 100 Years, 100 Laughs, and this thing is just non-stop hilarity. We have the late Gene Wilder in it. He plays the Waco Kid. Mel Brooks is great. Dom DeLuise is in it. Slim Pickens. Count Basie has a cameo in it. Harvey Korman. And this film really, I mean, listen, if you are offended easily, right? If you are offended easily by things, this is not the film for you to see. This is, there's a lot of, they say nigger a lot in it. There's a lot of adult humor, a lot of things that are implied, but it's generally funny, and you forget the genius of Mel Brooks, because he always has musical numbers, and that was kind of the issue with the movie commentary is, you're watching this, and with any Mel Brooks film, they turn it into a musical with singing and dancing, and it really kind of, is ripe for Bollywood, I think. Madeline Kahn is in it, a young Madeline Kahn, and the singing and dancing got picked up on the recording, and so I can't edit out the music, and the studio behind it doesn't even want me to talk about it, so whatever. So we'll just go about it a different way. And what this film does is it really just kind of satires the idea of racism, and how Hollywood likes to do a lot of myth making of the American West. So they decided to combine these two ideas and make the hero a black sheriff in an all-white town, and deal with this idea. There's also, they kind of pick at the German army in World War II and some Nazism. And this film does just a lot of amazing things in it. It breaks the fourth wall quite a bit. the ending of the film is something just really amazing, because I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and I remember where the white women, I remember like, uppity nigger. I mean, some of the stuff. Camptown Lady sings a song. I remember some of these things, but I didn't remember the end, and the end was just fabulous. For an old film, what they did of breaking the fourth wall, and it's, and it kind of then bleeds into the current time, and it just, I mean, it was beyond clever. I think it really kind of speaks to Mel Brooks' genius and how he does film. You get to poke fun at the Ku Klux Klan, at Nazis, and all kinds of stuff. I would definitely encourage you to check it out if the language doesn't bother you, right? Because that's kind of the biggie. If the language doesn't bother you, excuse me, I'm just waking up, my sinus. Everything is just kind of a mess. When you get to my age, kids, it takes you a few moments just to kind of snap back to reality. So the film's good, but if you're offended by profanity, not the film for you at all. But if you really want to take a look at racism and the idea of darker the skin, the more racist people are to you, it may be interesting to you. There's a great scene here where Mel Brooks is playing the Indian chief, and they have him in red face, and this black sheriff is telling the story about when he was a kid, how they came out west. They were part of a wagon train. Well, not really. It was segregated, so they were all in the back by themselves. And the Cheyenne Nation comes rolling down, and they surround the white people, and the white people circle the wagons, so you can see them pulling the wagons. But since the black family was by themselves, they just show the wagon going in a circle, like, because they don't have anybody. They're going in a circle, and the black people get surrounded by the Indians, and they call the chief over, and the chief rides over on his horse, and he looks at them, and of course they're darker than he is, and he says "Meshuggah," which is Yiddish. Yiddish is like Hebrew, street Hebrew, I guess, maybe. He says, "Meshuggah. They're darker than we are. What are you doing? Let them go." And it was just funny, because I think it's something that you just see a lot everywhere. The darker the skin, the more people kind of push it back. And, you see it in Hollywood, you see it in Bollywood, you just see it in films. It takes a lot to overcome that. And this film kind of just points to it. The film was really good. It really was. I would encourage you to go see it, check it out. But again, just to warn you again, if you're offended by somebody saying nigger, I mean, this thing's loaded with the N-word. So my thoughts on that: it's a good movie. Gene Wilder gives a good performance. Harvey Korman is Harvey Korman, which is great. He was great in Carol Burnett. So I would encourage you to see it. I would give it a good grade. I would give it an A. It's an A movie. It held up the test of time, man. From 1974, this thing held up. I would love to see a remake of it. I would love to see a Bollywood take on it. I think it would be a lot of fun. Maybe you could even, who would you have play the characters? You'd have to. It's a wide range of cast, so I think it would be enjoyable. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the 2 failed downloads of trying to get this thing up. This is the best thing we can do for it, and I'll work on a fix for the next one that we do. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.